welcome to my creative space. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Welcome to another DIY video. If you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe and join this creative squad. Today's video, it's a special one. I'll tell you more about it here in a little bit. Now, let's get started with these Easter DIYs. For this project, I'm going to be using this scrap of wood. I'm also going to use 6 of these Dollar Tree bunnies. I'm also going to need 3 of these different color paints. And I will use some vinyl, but you could use stickers or some decals, whatever you have. And then you also need spackling. As you can see, I'm using that to cover up the little holes that these bunnies have. I'm not going to hang them, so I don't need the holes. Now, once that is done, it's time to paint. And for this piece of lumber, you could easily use a Dollar Tree sign. They do sell the thicker ones. And this is a 2x1, and I will leave how long this is in my description box, so look for that if you need it. Okay, now I'm going to be painting 2 of these bunnies with this pink color. Honestly, I used a mixture of white paint and this really dark Dollar Tree pink paint because I didn't have a light color. And then I'm gonna use this greenish color to paint 2 of the bunnies, and then the last one this other color, and I want to say this one is Agave, but check the description box for the exact colors. Now once that is done, we're gonna let it dry, and then I'm going to take the lumber piece that we painted white, and I'm going to use vinyl. And actually this vinyl is from Dollar Tree. And I have to say, I really doubted if this vinyl actually worked, because when I was weeding it, the whole thing was coming off and I was like, this is gonna be a fail. But look at this, it actually worked. And it only cost $1.25. I'm shocked. I really doubted this vinyl. I'm gonna pick some more and I'll try them out and I'll let you know. But anyway, as you can see, I also used some white vinyl and I spell happy, and I placed each letter in each bunny. And how cute is this? Now all is left is to put these bunnies on top of these piece of lumber that is going to be a sign that is going to spell happy Easter. And as you can see, those little wooden pieces, they're actually popsicle sticks, and I cut them small and I glued 2 together, and that's what I used to hold my bunnies down. I still can't find my tumbling blocks. Who knows what happened to them? I'm going to have to pick up some more. But after all, that is all I did with this project. Now let's take a look at the end result. How cute is this sign? I absolutely love it. I love those colors. You know, those are my type of colors. I decided to put a little bit more color in these DIYs, and I'm just really, really happy how they turned out. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Creative Squad, thank you so much for watching. If you don't already know this, today's video, it's a collab with my good friend Megan, the Crafty Quinn. You have to check out her channel. She does amazing DIYs, and then 3 weeks ago, she actually hit 10K subscribers. Go congratulate her. Tell her I sent you. And yeah, so this video is a collab. Her video will be linked down below. You want to go check it out because she has some more Easter DIYs and you're just gonna love her. I know it. She's a great person. She's a good friend of mine. Go check her out, and don't forget to subscribe to both of her channels. And now let's jump back into the video. For this project, I'm going to be using this cute bunny, and I'll tell you more about it here in a little bit. I'm also going to need this scrap of wood. You could use a Dollar Tree sign. And then I'm going to use 2 of the Dollar Tree wooden crates and some greenery. I'm also going to use some ribbon and some florals and some Spanish moss. And this is optional. You can switch it up. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is paint my lumber scrap of wood and my 2 wooden crates in the color white. And I'm going to give both of these items a very good coat of paint. You could definitely use a Dollar Tree sign instead of some lumber, but I had this one laying around and it was perfect for this project. Once they are completely painted, we're gonna let them dry. And now I'm going to be using this adorable bunny I picked up from Dollar Tree. It's from their new section, Dollar Tree Plus, I think it's called. And it was $5, but how cute is this? This is supposed to be something you can hang, but I'm going to be using it for something else. First things first, I'm going to remove the little hanger that this comes with. It comes with some beads, and I actually learned this, or I saw Megan do this. Instead of, cutting off the little twine, you can actually take it off from the holes and keeps all the beads together. What? It was was mind-blowing and game changer. And now I'm taking this pick from Dollar Tree and I'm going to cut all the pieces individually and kind of play around and see how I want them to lay. Once I figure that out, I'm going to take my ribbons and I'm going to use this pink, really cute ribbon. They're both from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut it as big as I think I need it, and then I'll fold it in the middle and then glue the two ends in the middle and then kind of just pinch it in the middle. And I'm going to do all that with, I'm going to cut 2 pieces of each ribbon. Now I have all my pieces here. Now, instead of gluing them together, I'm going to use this zip tie and I'm going to zip them all together. I recently started doing this instead of gluing them together because I think I can manage them better and you don't have all that hard glue on them. And I don't know, I think I like this technique better. But once I have all my pieces together, this is what the bow looks like, and look how cute this bunny's looking already. Now I'm gonna place my greenery and I will be taking another zip tie and I'm gonna zip both the greenery and the bow. Just make sure that the greenery is long enough, that way it reaches the middle where we're gonna zip it. And once that is done, you know, kind of just move around the greenery to make it look nice and then trim what you're not gonna need. Now, to cover the middle of this ribbon, I took a smaller piece of ribbon and I'm gonna glue the two ends together. I hope you can see it. I didn't realize that the camera was not catching what I was doing. And then I took one of the pom-poms and put it in the middle because I kind of created a pocket. And then I just glued that to the bow. And that is all I did for this. Then all that's left is to just take our bow and glue it to our cute little bunny. And that is all I did for this. Look how cute that is. Okay, now that this bunny is ready to go, we're going to be adding all the pieces together. I'm going to start with the bunny, and again, because I lost my tumbling blocks sorry, I can't speak, my tumbling blocks, I'm going to be using this other scraps woods I have laying around. I just cut them all the same size. And first I was just gonna use 2 pieces, but it did not hold the bunny in place, so I had to add another one to make it a little thicker, and that worked a lot better. Now that my bunny is attached to the base, I'm going to add the wooden crates, and I will be using some hot glue for this. So I'm gonna glue each box to each side, and you could use wood glue. I was planning on using this for outdoors, but I ended up changing my mind because I didn't have dirt and like actual plants to put in it. So that's when I decided to go with Spanish moss and just add some greenery to keep inside. Here I added some flowers, but I do end up changing it up later because I didn't like it with the flowers. And then I added these beautiful sparkly eggs that are my favorite. And yeah, that is all for this project. Let's take a look at the end result. How cute is this bunny? I love it. I love everything about it. Definitely think it looks better with this greenery I added, and the eggs pop a lot more. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. For this project, I'm going to use this jar-like sign I picked up. You can either use some rub-on stickers like these, or you could use some vinyl decals. I'm going to use some vinyl decals, and then you need some white fabric and white paint. Okay, we're going to start with our little jar, and we're gonna remove everything off of it. So the twine and also the metal top piece of it. Now I'm going to use my electric sander, and I'm going to remove everything off of this because we don't need it. We're gonna give it a makeover, and we're gonna make it a lot cuter than it is. Okay, now I'm gonna take some white paint, and I'm going to paint this completely in this color. I just paint the front, which is the part I'm going to use, but feel free to paint the back as well if it bothers you. To me, it was okay, but it's definitely optional. Now I grabbed some white paper and a pencil, and I traced my bunny's feet, and I wanted to do the paws, but or the hands, I don't know what they're called, but anyway, it did not end up working out, so I just do the feet. I do 2 of them. I glued them onto this fabric that is actually a Dollar Tree towel, front and back, and then you're not going to be able to tell where the wavy parts are, So I end up doing like kind of like an oval shape. And this is what I got. I also end up doing the same thing for the ears. I just glue the paper inside so they can be a little bit more stiff. And then I use some burlap to create the bottom of the bunny's feet and these cute little pearls from Dollar Tree. So I'm just gluing it, the pink burlap ribbon onto the what is going to be my bunny's feet, and then the pearls to point kind of where the fingers should be. I hope it makes sense. Now that is done, I do end up using some vinyl to cut bunny kisses and Easter wishes. And then once I do that, we're gonna rub it on there and we're gonna place it to create our cute little sign. How cute is this? By the way, yes, that black vinyl is from Dollar Tree. How amazing is this? It did end up working out. Okay, now all I'm gonna do is glue my paws into place, or I guess my feet into place. And then if you're gonna make this stand, just make sure that you glue the little feet a little bit more up, because I did have to unglue them and then glue them back up to make sure that it was going to stand. And then I just glue my 2 ears and the middle part back, and then all that's left is to personalize it. I decided to use these cute little flowers that I picked up during the Valentine's season, and yeah, I just created a little crown on there, and I think it looks beautiful if you ask me. And that is all for this project. Now let's take a look at the end result. Oh my gosh, how cute is this bunny sign? I absolutely love it. Definitely one of my faves in this video. Let me know in the comments down below if this one is one of your favorites. And also don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, because there is a new video every week and you don't want to miss it. For this project, I'm using these bamboo rings, some raffia, some greenery, this beaded garland, as well as some ribbon. Now I'm going to start with the rings, and I'm going to be attaching them together with some hot glue first. And then I decided that that's probably not going to do the job. So I'm going to add something to tie around to make sure that these 2 rings are tied together. And then once that is done, I'm going to move on to the greenery, and yes, we're gonna trim it individually and then we'll leave it to the side. Now I decided to start with the ears, and that's where my beaded garland comes in. I cut 2 pieces, and as long as I think my ears need to be, and then all that's left or the next step will be to attach them to our smaller ring. And these are going to be our ears, so create them as long as you want them, and then I'll add some hot glue to make sure that they're secured. Then I'm gonna create a bow with the raffia, and I just wrapped it a few times. This is going to be as big as you want it. Once I have it as big as I need it, I'm gonna tie it in the middle with another piece from the same raffia. And then once that is done, I'm gonna take 2 of the pieces of greenery close to where my 2 rings are glued together and tied together, and then I'll add my raffia bow. And then I had this other pinkish greenery that I picked up during the fall season, and I decided to add it because I really love it. And then once that is done, I decided to create another bow with this other ribbon I had, and it's white, and I think it goes perfect with these neutral colors. Now I'm going to do the same to the top of this rabbit. It's going to have like a flower greenery / crown, and I'm going to attach the greenery. And then I had this flower that these flowers are from Dollar Tree. I just decided to go with that white one, and then I added 2 of the purplish just because I think it goes well with the colors I'm using. And that is all for this project. It was very easy, turns out really cute. Now let's take a look. And here it is, our bunny wreath. I think this bunny turned out adorable, and it's perfect for this season. Easter is coming up, and then spring is just right around the corner. Let me know what you think about this wreath. Would you do it? Let me know. I want to know in the comments down below. For this project, I'm using this candle holder pillar. I'm also going to be needing 1 of these bunnies. And I showed you these beads, but in reality, I end up using some eggs. I use this green raffia and something to stain or paint your wood. Okay, I'm going to start with the bunny. And the reason why I decided to stain it is because I really like how this bunny is drawn on it. And, staining it is still going to show the shape and everything. So I love that. Okay, now I'm going to use 2 tumbling blocks, and these ones have seen better days. I randomly found them and I was like, perfect, just what I needed. So I'm gonna glue one to the front of the bunny and one to the back, and I'm not worried about it because that's gonna get covered up here in a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna cover these tumbling blocks with this raffia. Yay! So I add some hot glue, and I'm not gonna lie, this part is a little tricky. You're gonna have to use some hot glue to keep this raffia in place. But it ends up working out, trust me. Now I'm going to take again some hot glue, and I'm going to be gluing down my first layer. Now keep in mind, not every single strand is going to get glued, but as you wrap it around, it will keep it all together. I'm trying to make this look like a nest. I think I accomplished it, but I'm sure you will let me know in the comments down below. Now my second layer is not gonna get glued until the end when we trim the end and we glue it. But yeah, just kind of play around with it, move it around, see what works for you. I played around with it for a while. It was a lot of like wrapping and unwrapping until I got it or I got it to look like an actual nest, or at least to me. And then once I got there, I trimmed the ends, and I end up gluing the ends to the back of the bunny because I'm going to be seeing the front, not the back. Plus it gets covered and you can even see it then. But anyways, so as you can see, I trimmed it, and then I'm adding some hot glue and gluing that piece to the back of the bunny, and then I just held it there for a few seconds to make sure it was dry. As you can see, it looks a little messy. Don't worry, I'm going to fix it. Now, some of these strands were sticking out a little bit too much, so I wrapped what I could, and what I couldn't wrap, I just cut it off, and it gave it the look I needed. Now I decided to add some color to this nest, and I added these cute pink flowers that I've been using throughout my videos. And as you can see, I did end up adding a little tail to my bunny. I used one of those white pom-poms, and I think I don't know, I really loved and I really wanted to use this, so that's why I gave my bunny a tail, but definitely optional. Okay, as you can see, I'm adding I'm still cutting things off as I'm moving, but I end up using some of the same little cute flowers that I've been using as well, and I used on my last project. And to give it that extra touch of color and Easter, I added some of these foam eggs, and that is all I did for this project. I absolutely love it. Now let's take a look at the end result. Here it is in all its glory. I love how this cute little nest turned out. Let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite DIY in this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Don't forget to go check out Megan's video. It's linked down below, and I will see you on my next DIY. Bye.